Okay. Okay, now our volume should be up. All right, so we are live. They can hear you. Oh, you know what?
All right.
Hold on, wait. I didn't put the display capture on. Hold on, give me a second. Uh, display. Give me a second, guys. So y'all make sure you hit that like button. What's up, Nigel, EJ Johnston, 1A Shadow? What's up? Hit that like button. Get some more people here. It was the last minute. I wouldn't, I left work early today. Wife lost her keys. Lost her keys, and as soon as I got home, she found them. I was like, man, I ain't going back to work. Fuck it. I just lied. I said, I just told my boss we had to call a locksmith. She lost the keys. I was like, fuck it. So I stay home, play a little God of War. Still trying to beat those Valkyries, man. Them Valkyries are freaking insane. Have you played some of those side quests yet?
Not many of them, no.
Oh
Just
my god.
yeah.
Fight those Valkyries. I swear it's like it's like you playing Dark Souls or whatever. Jesus Christ. It could be insane trying to fight them things, dude. All right. So, okay. Where's my video? Okay. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, now let's go to this. Okay, now they can see you. Full screen. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, here it is. All right. Okay, now we're good. All right. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is your boy, Real Game 27, back again for another Real Talk. And got a special guest today, and y'all should know who he is. Well, probably some of y'all are new to this channel. Mr. ZenGamer himself, he was the founder of Reboot Gaming, in which I used to be a part of a couple of years ago. And he finally came back. So, yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. ZenGamer. Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, people? Been a minute. By a minute, it's been about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. So what's going on, people? I see some familiar names in the chat. So, hey, everyone. I'm not dead.
He ain't dead yet. Not yet. But,
Not
yeah.
yet.
But yeah, man, like this is a very basically expected. You was on my channel last year around E3 anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, E3 coming around the corner. Lots and lots of stuff to talk about. A lot of Nintendo stuff and news, especially today, because a lot of trailers came. The Hyrule Warriors, Monster Hunter. That's an interesting one. A lot of people excited about it. Might not be the Monster Hunter Worlds that people wanted, but it's a Monster Hunter game, and got the whole entire news with the Xbox and people saying it sold 29 million according to EA. So it's crazy in the gaming streets, and these fanboys is they out of control right now, man. They are out of control, man. But I want to focus on Nintendo's Virtual Console and the online subscription. I know we talked about that the other day when Alex and Nick was on the show, and of course the Virtual Console. And talk a little bit about Xbox and what's going on with them, what they need to do to improve their brand. So yeah, well, okay, let's first talk about this Virtual Console. Nintendo, they're not doing the Virtual Console, even though Reggie Fils-Aimé last year said that they were, and I kind of understand why they not doing it, because they want everybody to subscribe to their online subscription. The Virtual Console has always been there since the Wii days and the Wii U days, and you know, a lot of people expected for the Virtual Console to hit the Switch, but I basically knew that it wasn't gonna happen because the fact that Nintendo is not doing backwards compatibility. So yeah, there's a reason why they're not doing backwards compatibility, and you got all these indies that's on the Switch. So if they put a whole bunch of Virtual Console games on the system, it's kind of like they're stepping on a lot of people's toes. And the fact that we got the NES Classic, the Super NES Classic, these systems has been out the past couple of years. So a lot of people has access to a lot of those older Nintendo games. And I guess it wouldn't make sense for Nintendo to re-release these games again. So basically, I understand why they did it. I kind of wish they was up front with it a long time ago. Even though, like I said, Reggie, he lied again. So I don't know, man. What's your intake on this virtual console? Does it make sense for them not to do it?
Man, that man Reggie's a damn liar, bro. I've been hearing about virtual console since, GameCube virtual console since the Wii U. Well, we all know how the Wii U went.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about, all right, well, we're talking about virtual console or what we're going to replace it with soon. I'm like, all right, I see where this is going. As far as what they're going to replace it with, it's their own version of, I would say, Xbox Game Pass. The problem is, the Game Pass offers a variety of different games and Microsoft's exclusives day one now. What they're trying to do here doesn't compare, not in the least. Again, you said it earlier, and everybody knows it's 30-year-old games. And not just 30-year-old games, it's games that me, you, everybody listening, I hope, and damn near everybody on this planet have played at least a few times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what, you're going to have Mario Brothers on there? And that's a classic.
Zelda.
Maybe you're going to have the original Zelda. That's a classic. You're going to have the old school goodies, right? Like Mario 3, Mario 2.
Yeah.
But we all own these games in Virtual Console on the Wii, or at least I know I did. And then we were told we had to buy them again for the second screen enhancements on the Wii U. For the ones that did appear, I did that too. And none of it mattered because now, there's no forward. Your games don't go with you is what I'm trying to say. And they're making you buy these games over and over. For a while, I thought, okay, maybe they're done with the Virtual Console because they're doing these the mini NES, the mini SNES. The next step would obviously be a mini 64. So I'm thinking, so they're done with Virtual Console, but they're just going to put the absolute must-haves and classics on these miniature collectible machines. And that's the way you get access to these old games, and that'll be fine. Now they're saying, no, we're not doing that, or at least we're not only doing that, we're also doing this. So in addition to being a fairly lackluster offering, it's just confusing as far as the messaging is concerned. What are you doing? Where are you going? What's the direction? What's the roadmap? Because right now, I don't really see a roadmap. I just see a bunch of different ideas. You're just throwing them, chucking them all at the wall, hoping something sticks. So as far as Reggie, brother, don't listen to anything Reggie says. Dude is a puppet. He's always been a puppet. I mean, I get it. I liked the dude at one time. I really did. Because he was that guy who spoke up for Nintendo. And he had moments that became instant memes, body is ready and all that nonsense. But as far as his actual power within Nintendo and what you can say he's actually done for Nintendo in a positive manner, outside of the memes, I can't really say what he's done. I mean, you can look at Iwata and you see the positives that Iwata had. You can look at Kimishima, and he's gone now too. You can see the positives of Kimishima. You can see the positives of Howard Lincoln, who was back in the N64 days. We'll see what this new guy does. I forget his name, though. But Reggie, man, hell, even the dude who left from Europe, the Europe region, he was, I forget his name, too. But you can see the positives of what he did for his region. But Reggie, bro, I can't say you've done anything positive while you've been there outside of the memes. And given how long you've been there, that's terrible.
Yeah, see, why he stayed here so long and he contribute with what? Nothing? Just by just appearing and smiling in everybody's faces and stabbing them in the back at the same time? By lying? What have he been doing? Like, only the most remembered deal I can think about Reggie Fils-Aimé when he was talking shit to that Smash Brothers player, talking I'm gonna kick your ass, something like that. That's the only memorable thing I can remember what Reggie did and say. But as far as what had he did do to turn around the Nintendo brand? Like, what have he done to cater towards the American audience? He hadn't done jack shit but damage control, lie on a daily basis. But I don't know. That's why I don't really care about him. I know there are a lot of people. There's a lot of Reggie Fils-Aimé fanboys out there, but I'm just gonna go by what had this person did. Just like what you said a while ago. We know Wada did what he did with the Wii, with the 3DS, with the DS. He did a lot. He did a lot for that. He contributed a lot to Nintendo. Turned the company around, made them billions and billions of dollars. But what have Reggie did? What only thing I know about the guy, he used to be the head of Pizza Hut or something. He was like the CEO of Pizza Hut or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what. He's just a waste of space to me, man. But with this virtual console situation, like, it's no big deal to me. I know a lot of people they did want it, and I guess it didn't make sense for Nintendo to once again put the virtual console from the Wii U to the Switch, and basically they're gonna lower the price again. Cause if you bought the last generation, you're not gonna pay full price. They're gonna take like $3 or $4 off. So what's the point of doing that again? Why you think they putting all the classics on a miniature console? They might have a mini 64, a mini GameCube, or they're gonna have some of these games like behind the paywall with the online subscription service. So yeah, speaking of that, man, what do you think about this online subscription service for what it comes with? Because it comes with, I think, 20 or 30 games. I know it's a cloud save on that. What else?
Mm-hmm.
I know they got more
cloud
stuff.
save,
I know they said
20 games.
Yeah, 20 games.
The voice chat, the online in general, but I think that's just about it.
Voice chat on the console?
Not on the console. No.
Well, I'm sorry, Dan.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Watch Alex. Watch Alex gonna be in the chat damage control.
So, all right, guys. I know a lot of you here. I do know a lot of you, right? Like I said, I see a lot of familiar names here. Look, and I understand that some of you love Nintendo. Look, I do. I own a Switch now. Well, I've owned it for over a year.
What? You got a Switch now?
Yeah, I got everything. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch. Man, I'm a gamer, dude. Where I see good games, I go. But, man, I get the love, bro, but you have to put down that defense baton. It ain't working. Like, okay, for example, let me draw you a picture. Hopefully you'll understand when I'm done. Nintendo is about to start charging for online. Just like Sony, at the beginning of this generation, started charging for online. Previously, they were free. But you can clearly see, in terms of connectivity and the fact that you don't get as much lag and stuff, you can clearly see that there was an improvement there. I mean, they still can't change their names, their IDs, but that's aside from the point. There was clearly an improvement as far as their online infrastructure was concerned. So, yeah, I guess you can forgive that. They're 60 just like Microsoft is 60. Nintendo is charging 20. I've been in arguments already on VG charts, on Reddit, on other forums with people. Well, I guess you can say they started off as conversations and quickly about this thing. So the first thing I want to bring up is this. You say $20 is fine because it's just $20. That's what I keep hearing. Quote unquote, just $20 a year. But if $20, and this is just basic math here, is a third of what you're paying for Xbox Live or PlayStation Network respectively, and you're fine with that, ask the question, are you getting a third of what Xbox Live and PlayStation Network is offering?
Hell no, you're not.
That's where the core of your decision should be. That's where your thinking should be. And the easy answer to that question, at least in my opinion, is no, you're not. You're getting 20, 30-year-old games, and I'm sure there'll be more down the line. But at the beginning, you're getting 20, 30-year-old games. You're getting cloud saves. By the way, something that should have been available on Nintendo systems for ages now. Just in case you don't know, the rest of the world have had cloud saves since 2008. We're in 2018. Okay? Even PlayStation Network on the PS3, while it was free, offered cloud saves.
And obviously, it's still offered more. It's still offered more than what Nintendo is charging for $20. Yeah. That doesn't. Yeah, that don't make sense at all.
Yep. So, as far as that is concerned, this is a feature that you're finally getting, and I completely commend Nintendo for doing it, because right now, the way it is on the Switch, if you lose your Switch, if it's stolen, if it's bricked, if it dies, whatever happens, unfortunately happens, your saves are gone. If you have digital purchases, those are gone, outside of sending the thing back to Nintendo, which takes time. If you're outside of the US and you're not in one of the registered regions like the UK or the US like I am, I'm in the Caribbean, that pretty much screws your pooch, but that's aside from the point. The point is now you get your cloud saves. The problem is this service isn't doing enough, at least not at launch, to justify having to pay for it. When it was free, because it's currently free, it was fine, right? Mm. Not fine, it could have been better, but it was tolerable, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like
you weren't paying for it, so whatever you didn't get, you couldn't complain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you're paying.
Only
yeah.
No,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was about to say only fuckboys would defend this, just like what you said a while ago, and what I tried to basically break it down the other day, but so it just doesn't compute in people's minds because they such a fuckboy for Nintendo. Yes, I'm talking about you, Alex and Nick. Fuckboys.
There we go. Now I see them in the chat. What's up, Alex? What's up, Nick?
I know they're in the chat. But like you said a while ago, and like what I tried to explain, $60 versus $20. How much? What does Nintendo offer? Does it at least offer the same amount? Like, does it at least offer a third of what Microsoft and Sony?
It does not.
It does not.
Not even close.
People say, he talking about, well, isn't this not tied into this, not tied into that? Okay, you got the free games that you get. That's a $34 value every month. So you tell me that's not worth paying $60 a year on top of you. Of course, a lot of people love the cheapest of trophies. That comes with it as well too. Of course, you got the cloud saves. Okay, that's with it too. I know yes, technically you do pay for cloud saves on Xbox and PlayStation, but can you transfer your data from one console to the next console, or transfer your data from the console to a PC with a USB? No, you can't. Well, with the Switch, you can't. With the PlayStation, Xbox, you can. You don't need to pay for that. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And the voice chat thing. Don't get me started with that. That is the most retarded. It's asinine shit I ever heard in my life. And for people to
I tried to not even think about it. Like, we were talking before we went live.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, that is a thing. Look, that voice chat thing is just a mess. It's been a mess since they announced at the launch of Splatoon 2, just before the launch of Splatoon 2. Mm-hmm. They said you got to plug the headset that you have to buy separately, by the way, into your cell phone and then download the app that doesn't even work right. And then you got to plug that into the controller or into the Switch. I'm not even sure how it works exactly. I do know there's a bunch of cables. Mm-hmm. And in this day and age, mm-hmm. there's actually a console, a device out there that you can't have voice chat on it directly, and you need to do all this other gymnastics just because you want to talk to some friends. And don't even get me started on the whole, well, go to Skype, go to Discord, mm-hmm. go to Google thing. Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't have to. Yeah, that's the distinction there, right? So I don't know, man. And now they're paying for it. Again, when it was free, you could complain about it because it wasn't ideal. Mm-hmm. But now they're charging you for this.
Yeah,
it's just, look, I believe that Nintendo's turnaround from the Wii U was excellent. All right, you heard it here first.
Alex, I don't want to hear your hypocrisy, because you a hypocrite. Everything you say is a hypocrite. I ain't got time for your shit. Y'all can disagree, but like I say, y'all tell yourselves, does the online subscriptions for the Switch offers a third of what PlayStation and Xbox offer? Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Well, all the features that you see on PlayStation and Xbox, and I know you're about to say, oh, this is not tied in with the online subscription. Do the casual gamers know? The casual gamers makes up majority of the console sales. And when they be like, well, this console costs $300 just like this console, and it doesn't offer all those features just like this console offers all these features. But you tell me the online is a lot inferior, and I still got to pay for it, and it offers it don't even offer a third of what they offer, but you paying a third for what they're offering. That just doesn't make sense at all. Like $60 a year on PlayStation, Xbox. Like it depends on the individual. Do you download these games that's free every month, and do you play them? And me, I say probably about a third of the times I download them and I play it. So that justified me paying $60 a year for PlayStation Plus or Xbox One. Okay. And plus, I have my trophies and my achievements. I have my cloud saves. I got my integrated voice chat on my console without using a cell phone. People that use Windows phones won't be able to use the voice chat. They're shit out of luck. They got to either get with Android or get with iPhone. That's the only way they get to do the voice chat. So Nintendo fucked people out of that. And another thing I just now thought about. I was watching Super Metal Days video, and he mentioned that he got over 10 million people play Mario Kart online. Just it was like over 10 million that bought the game. So you could basically tell them either pay for the online or just don't play it at all, or you get to play the AIs. Like I don't know, like shouldn't the games that's already out right now still be free, or just or should they go forward and charge people for the new upcoming online games like the Mario Tennis? Of course, you got the Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter that's coming out. I believe they say it was in September or something like that. But yeah, it's just like I say, man. I'm not trying to downplay the Switch. The Switch is an awesome console, but when it comes to Nintendo's business decisions, I feel that they can be anti-consumer, like with the pricing of some of these games. Kirby is not a $60 game for something you can complete in 4 to 5 hours. Bayonetta 2, it's a debate because you still get 2 games for the price of 1, but it came out in 2014.
Can I answer a couple of comments here, Real, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
There is an excellent comment here that I believe a user by the name of Brett Cummings brought up.
Okay.
He says Wii U has more features than Switch. The Wii U even had an internet browser and Netflix. And yes, I understand that this isn't tied in, it's not behind a paywall, but you need to understand, as terrible as I personally believe the Wii U was, if any of you were subscribed to my channel way back when, you saw that video I did where I said I hated the Wii U, and I still do to this day, for what it did to Nintendo and its fan base. It fragmented and just made a mess out of everything. The Switch was a turnaround.
Yeah.
And I have one today because of that. It's a turnaround. The sales prove it's a turnaround.
Yeah.
The Wii U had 4 and some years on the market, couldn't even get to 14 million. Yet in just over 1 year, the Switch is at 18 million. That speaks wonders for how bad the Wii U was in comparison. However, as bad as it was, we did have Netflix. We did have YouTube. And we did have a freaking internet browser.
Yeah.
In fact, we had an actual friends list from which you could invite and be invited from. We didn't have friend codes for whatever reason. Those are back. We had limited, very, very limited voice chat. I believe Mario Kart 8 had it to some extent. We had the Wii U chat thing, which is essentially FaceTime. No one used it, but it was there. I mean, just look at what we came from and look at what we have now.
Yeah.
That was free. This is not. Okay? It's really simple to understand.
With less features.
On top of that, we had Miiverse. Miiverse is gone, which was a neat little community. We could have talked to each other. We could have shown key moments within games that we liked, share moments, kind of like Nintendo's very own version of Twitter. We had that. It's gone now.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is, where did all of that go? If this is really supposed to be a turnaround, it is a turnaround in terms of games and software. I get that. But as far as the system, the infrastructure, the ecosystem that they have, it's virtually non-existent. And that's not cool. That's all we're saying. We're not trashing the Switch. We're not saying Nintendo should go out of business like some of these really aggressive, toxic guys say. That's not what we're saying. So long as Nintendo keeps bringing the games, the software, that's fine. But that's really all we're saying. As far as I believe Alex said it in the chat, he said you are going to be there day one on Nintendo service. You know why, man? You know why Reela's going to be there day one on the service? You know why everyone in this chat, whether they agree or disagree or like or dislike this service, is going to be there day one? You know why G-Rock, Mega, and goddamn near everybody with a Switch is going to be there day one? Because they have to be. Because Super Smash Brothers is coming out this year. And unless you're going to play that game locally, and I know you're not, you're going to need this service. So don't give me that stuff about you're going to be there, so you shouldn't be talking bad about it. I have no choice but to be there, Alex. If there's a gun to my head, I'm going to ask the person holding it not to shoot.
Yep.
I don't have a choice here.
I don't know why they get so mad in the comments. I timed him out for 300 seconds. Alex and Nick. Oh, they getting mad. Ruby Sakurai, how am I a hypocrite? How am I a hypocrite? I stood by what I said the other day, and I still stand by it right now. So what I said the other day is not different from what I'm saying now. Look, the $20 price tag, it's okay. If you look at $20, it's not much. It's not much money. It's like, what, $1 something a month or something like that? Of course, you got the old games, and plus you got the whatever the new announcements that's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. I don't know. But the deal with this is the casual gamers. We're not the casual gamers that's in this panel or is watching this podcast. But the casual gamers makes up majority of the sales of the consoles. And if they see that one console don't have as much features, or they find out that online is trash, find out that you gotta use a third-party object just to play voice, just to have voice chat to play with other people online, it's going to basically run some people away. I'm not saying it's gonna run a lot of people away because the Switch is doing so awesome. I'm just saying to the casual gamers, let's say that Nintendo is gonna start getting these Battlefields and the Maddens and the NBA. Well, they got NBA 2K. If they get for Call of Duties, these battle royale games, all these online games, but the sales is not there because they don't have all the bells and whistles for them to actually enjoy these online games. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's going to run some people away. And Alex and Nick was the main one. Y'all was the main one for a long time, said Nintendo need to get with the program. Look, by them having a handheld was an excellent idea. I love the idea, but y'all was the main one crying about having integrated voice chat. And now it's on the cell phone. Now you're trying to excuse Nintendo for doing that and trying to damage control, be like, oh, this is not tied in with Nintendo. This is not tied in with the online subscription. This is not tied in with the online subscription. Why you keep comparing with Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus? They're $60. These Nintendo Online is $20. Like, just ask yourself. I keep on, like, you can't be this lost and not just think about what does Xbox and PlayStation offer if you get what their online subscriptions. Like, if you take 2/3 of the stuff that they offer from their online subscription and you take 2/3 of the price, in which is $20, does it offer the same thing and the same value as what Nintendo is offering for the online subscription service for the Switch? That's all I've been asking. That's all I've been asking.
Let's run down the list then, all right? Let's try to figure this out, because that's what we're trying to do. Let's try to figure this out. Let's have a conversation, guys. There's no need to be mad about this.
Are they really mad in the comments?
Kinda. So
maybe I need to give me some new podcasts, guys. They gonna be like that. Shit.
So, all right. So, look, does this online service? Because we don't really know. I don't know, honestly. I play Mario Kart. I play a lot of Mario Kart Deluxe. So the online is good. It's smooth for the most part. One or two times you're gonna get some dropouts. You can get drop games, but for the most part, it is smooth. I remember how Smash Online on Wii U was. At times it would be smooth, and then other times, man, because it's peer-to-peer and there's no actual server involved, you're at the whim of whoever joins your game. So if this dude is from some backwater somewhere and he's running like 1 meg or something like that, you're going to be at his mercy because, as you well know, peer-to-peer works in the favor of the one who's slower, not the one who's faster. Are we really going to be paying for a peer-to-peer? I mean, a lot of games on Xbox One and PS4 are peer-to-peer. Don't get me wrong, especially the third-party games. But if you look at what the Xbox offers for that $60 on the exclusives, and yeah, you're going to say, what exclusives? We're going to get to that eventually. On the exclusives, you get access to Microsoft's Azure servers, which means it doesn't matter what your connection is, so long as it's at least decent. The server is going to do most of the heavy lifting, and you're going to be able to have a decent, smooth experience. That's part of what Xbox Live offers you. Of course, we have the voice chat, also part of what Xbox Live offers you. Yep. There's deals with gold where some games get cheaper because you're a gold subscriber.
I believe that they're going to do the same thing. I believe they did say they was going to have some discounts if you are subscribed to the online subscription.
Okay, so I was about to say, I'm not even sure if Nintendo does that.
Yes,
right?
they're going to do
cool.
that. Yes.
Okay, good. Then there's also the games with gold that gives you games, which is, I suppose, comparable to the 20 NES games in some people's minds. We can voice chat, we can text chat, and we have a slew of other features that are tied to Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. I'm not just saying Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. The question here that we're asking and what we want you to examine, if you're on the opposite side of this issue, is what Nintendo announced, as in what we currently know about Nintendo's online, that is worth $20, being a third of 60. Is it a third of what these other guys are offering you? In my opinion, it is not. Can they do better? Yeah, probably. Is this probably just the beginning of what they're going to offer eventually? Most likely. But right now, it is not. That is all we're saying. We're not saying it's forever going to be this way.
I'm just saying, like, from what they showed us at first, it's bare bones. Even Nia can vouch for that. Nia, she hates it. Like, I don't know what's going on with, like, Alex. He's so mad right now. Dude, like, I thought you wasn't a fanboy because right now you acting like a fanboy. Like, you can't respect my opinion. I'm respecting your opinion. Like, whatever you believe is what you believe. But what we believe is what we believe. Like, look, like I said, I love the Switch. Zen loves the Switch. But $20 a year just basically for cloud saves, in my opinion, and no voice chat unless you want to use a damn cell phone it's awful. It's awful. Like, all these years we talking about Nintendo need to keep up with times. They need to keep up with times. Like, they still need to keep up with times. This is 2018, and they still can't even do the basic voice chat, the basic online features as the PS3 and the Xbox 360 did. And those consoles came out in 2005 and 2006. So all I'm asking for is Nintendo just at least compete when it comes to your online service and your features and all that. And yes, I know YouTube and the web browser is not tied into the online infrastructure. I know that. But the people that don't be on YouTube, don't be on these gaming websites, don't know a shit about that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They don't know nothing about this. We know about it because we in the gaming community every day. That's why they call us the hardcore gamer, because we do our research. We investigate. Majority of these gamers or casual gamers, they don't do their investigation. So a lot of them is going to be turned off. That's all I'm saying. But will it stop them from buying a Nintendo Switch? Probably not, because the Switch is hot. It's hot, you know, with all the great games that came out. All we're doing is we just pointing out what they can do better at. That's all we're saying.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. And that has been my mantra on YouTube, in my time on YouTube from day one.
Yeah, and
there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism.
So another thing, like I don't even really go to their Discord as much as I used to, because all they do is talk shit about Xbox every day. I know the Xbox brand is not doing very well. I know. But if there are some issues on the other side that needs to get addressed, Why don't you address that as well too? And stop just focus on one thing. I thought you was a gamer. Sound like a fanboy to me. That's all I'm saying. Sound like a fanboy to me. That's all I'm saying, man. Like we done already had this discussion, Alex and Nick. We like was it Tuesday that we did a podcast? Y'all got y'all word out. Matter of fact, Retro Bro he was supposed to be on. Something happened, and I don't know what happened. Maybe I could get him on tonight. That's if y'all show up to the podcast, because it seems like y'all are in y'all feelings. It is what it is, man. If y'all can't take a joke, then it is what it is, man. I could just find somebody else, man. it's no big deal. If y'all want to make it a big deal, yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I don't see how I'll being a hypocrite in the chat. How am I being a hypocrite? You know how I didn't even play my Switch that much this year. You know why? Because what games had they released this year that I hadn't already played? Bayonetta 2, already played it. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, already played it. And plus they jacked the price up. In which you just got the game again, Alex. Okay, and plus you was talking about the pricing of that game. Whether you rent the game or not, you still got it. You still got it. But you want to talk about, you know what? Let me leave it alone. I ain't trying to start now. Let me leave it alone. But okay, like, with the Kirby situation, like I feel with no full price game, but Nintendo, they are getting games this year. They are getting games this year, whether they're ports or not. They are getting games, but like they don't really have the games that I want to play, because like I say, the Wii U was a failure of a console. And the smart thing, what they did, the smartest thing Nintendo did was port just about every single exclusive from that console to this console. So a lot of people that did not experience the Wii U get to experience these games, so it's brand new to them. So that was a good thing on them. So that's why I ain't really tripping right now. But, the first year is already came and went, and it's the second year, and I want to know, okay, the first year it came and went, a lot of ports came out last year, we got ports coming out this year. What you going to show me new? What you're going to show is this some third-party games. When's Metro coming out? Matter of fact, it was a rumor that Metro, we're going to get a trailer at E3. And I will be very excited about that. I'm very excited about Metro. I love Metroid. But, we could leave this alone because it seems like they're getting all mad. People hitting the dislike button because we don't agree with this online subscription service. Like, people, like, come on, man. Y'all should know me by now. Me, Alex, Nick, we don't always agree all the time. Like we're not one person. We're not one person. Just because I don't know, maybe Alex and Nick got some fanboys that follows me, man. Like, hey man, if you're not a fan of this channel, then you can hit that subscribe button right now because I don't give a damn. I really don't. But like I said, man, we all are entitled to our own opinion. We are. Let's don't make this a big deal. For the people that follow this channel for a while, let's don't make this a big deal. It's just my opinion. Just like you got your opinion, like Alex and Nick got their opinion. Let's just leave it alone. So let's talk about some Xbox, man, before this chat gets super crazy.
Yeah. No, I know that's what Alex wants to hear. He wants to hear, the Xbox section.
Oh, he shits Xbox every day.
I know. I remember.
Like he likes the same shit. I mean, like, oh, let me go to Discord. Let me see what they talking about. Oh, Xbox sucks. Real gamers a bot. Same shit. The same shit, real bot. Every time I go into Discord, I just see bots everywhere. Oh, they're going real. They just put a bot. There's a bot. It's a bot. Where's your bot? It's all I hear every day. Oh my god, man. I told myself, let me give that Discord chatter. Let me rest a little bit. Let me play some God of War. God of War is awesome, man. God of War is awesome. I love that game, man. I love that game. I know you hadn't beat the game. Maybe let's talk a little bit about it. Like, what do you feel about this game? Do you feel like this is the game of the generation? You think it's your top 5 of the gen? From what you played right now, what do you think about the God of War?
It definitely deserves the praise it's getting. Definitely. Because Sony Santa Monica, they took, frankly, an old formula of games because the button mashing stuff, and they actually made it tactical, so they actually rebooted the franchise in a way. Graphically, it looks great. It sounds great. The story is good so far. I haven't finished it, so no spoilers, please. In the chat, I haven't finished it, but I will. I'm gonna try to do that over this coming weekend. But it's exactly the example of what you should do with an aging franchise, because God of War has been around for a minute now, and they have successfully been able to breathe new life into the franchise to the point now. I mean, after Ascension, you didn't really want to see another God of War.
Was it that
But now
bad?
after this game, you're like, oh well, I need to see more of this game. That's the mark of a successful reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, real props to Corey Balrog and all those guys. They really did it over at Sony Santa Monica. Because when I saw the game originally, I was like, well, there's another God of War. But as time continued going on, I'm like, oh, maybe this might be something I can buy. I actually went out and bought the Mason edition of the game, the one with the statue and everything. So it's a good game. It's a
Yeah.
real good game. It's not my game of the generation so far,
Yeah.
but it's a good game that belongs on any top 10 list that you make
What's your game of the
when it comes to.
generation? What's your game of the generation? Is it
Still, I
Witcher?
would say that would be Witcher 3. Yeah, still.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think anything has surpassed that in my mind.
Really? No,
That's my
don't get me
opinion.
wrong. Witcher
Yeah.
is a fantastic game. It has a great story. But the combat, man, I'm sorry. God of War combat is a lot better, man. It's too slow. You don't think it's too slow and complicated? On the
It is slow and complicated, but once you get over the learning curve, I like it. I really like it. God of War's combat is really similar to it. The difference here being is that you don't got the whole preparation arc. You need to brew your oils and
Yeah.
research who you're gonna fight. You just go in there and fight because I mean you're a god, so
Yeah.
it makes sense. But yeah, really good game, really good game. That's exactly what the franchise needed. A breath of brand new life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good game.
Okay, Alex. What is going on with you, man? You won't leave it alone. You just won't leave it alone. You talk about I done bought a $500 console. Alex, you bought 3 Xboxes, man. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's like if you hadn't done it, just don't talk about it because you set yourself up, man. You don't be a hypocrite. Yes, I bought 3 Xboxes. You bought 3 Xboxes. Whether you say you traded in or you sold it, I trade mine in. I got trade my original Xbox, got the S, trade that one in, got the X. Yes, we all bought the Xbox multiple times. So yes, it is what it is. Like, am I playing my Xbox more than you? Yes. You say you bought yours for a Blu-ray player. Doesn't matter. You bought it. But I played mine a lot. Whether if I play for multiplex or I play it for the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility games. It's your preference what you choose to play. Like, since the Xbox One X is vastly superior than the Pro, I'd rather play my multiplex on the Xbox One X. As simple as that. But, like, let's just be real, man. Like, there is a problem with the Xbox brand, and we're gonna get to that in a second. You know, but like got a war like okay, Sony these past couple years has been really hitting it, like with Uncharted. The Lost Legacy, in my opinion, was better than the Uncharted 4. Of course, Persona 5. I know that's more of a niche crowd, but that niche game sold over 2 million, and I was very surprised. That was a fantastic game. That's one of my games of the generation. That was a fantastic game. Nier Automata, fantastic game. Neo, fantastic game. It's hard to sell, but fantastic. Did I say Horizon Zero Dawn? Horizon Zero Dawn. I just rebought it again a few weeks ago and got the
That's
DLC.
an amazing game.
That is an amazing game, man. Like, these are talented developers coming from Sony, man. I know all of them ain't Sony games, but Guerrilla Games, that's Sony. And of course, you got Naughty Dog, that's Sony, whatever. And of course, you got Santa Monica Studios, Sony, with the God of War. It's like they competing with each other. You know, they compete and say our game is better, our game looks better. Now you got Uncharted versus freaking God of War versus Horizon Zero Dawn versus The Last of Us. That's a fucking dogfight, man. Those are awesome franchises, man. And I give it to Sony, man. Their first couple years on the market was very sparse. It was very sparse. I feel that Xbox had more games, more selection around that time because y'all remember that it was a whole bunch of remastered games that came out on both platforms, but I felt that more exclusives was on the Xbox side, and even Sony came out and said that their exclusives was going to be sparse, but like that wait, we did wait a little bit, but that wait was well worth it. It was worth it, man, because it's not like they gave us mediocre games. These games are gems. These games are basically games that you could be talking about for years to come. Like we were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn is, probably one of the games of the generation. God of War and Uncharted. Like these games right here is talked about being the games of the generation. And I wish I could say the same thing about Microsoft, man. It just sucks. Like, you can't say Halo 5 is a game of the generation. Can't say that.
No, you can't.
Or Gears of War, like the Gears of War is still Gears of War. It's fun, but did they innovate off the series? Did they add something new, fresh, and innovative? No, they did not. Did they reboot the series? No, they did not. Do they need to?
No.
Maybe they need to reboot because, like me and Zen was discussing a while ago, Sony rebooted freaking God of War, and Square Enix rebooted Tomb Raider. See how that turned out? People love Tomb Raider. It's not that mediocre Tomb Raider Underground and them other Tomb Raider. It's not as mediocre no more. They're freaking critically acclaimed games, and it's very good. So maybe Microsoft need to reboot. What do you think about this? Do you think they need to reboot Gears and Halo?
Halo, I agree. Part of me agrees. I want to see the end of the Forerunner saga that they started with 4 or 5, but at the same time, I do understand the criticisms that 5 got as far as the single player is concerned. It wasn't something that everyone would like or love, and it definitely fell short of what Halo historically should be. Mm-hmm. That being said, as far as Gears is concerned, the problem with Gears is not so much that it needs a reboot. The problem with Gears 4 is that it was a bit too safe. The Coalition, coming in off the heels of Epic, who did it before them, we don't talk about Judgment. Judgment doesn't exist. It was a bit too safe. They wanted to make sure they got the feel and look of Gears down. It didn't want to stray too far from the formula that made Gears. So as a result, they didn't take as many risks as far as the story is concerned, as far as the gameplay is concerned. And it clearly shows. The game is Gears through and through. But as you say, it's a bit soft in terms of what it offers as a new entry. Mm-hmm. Because it's a bit safe. Mm-hmm. They didn't really want to go too far with it. I understand why. But at the same time, that kind of held it back from what it could have been in terms of its great potential. As we just talked about with Sony, just about all of their games this generation, maybe except Uncharted 4, which I would say was the safest thing they've done.
Yeah.
Everything else has been a massive overhaul. We got Horizon, who was from Guerrilla, and Guerrilla knows nothing about open world action adventure games, but they did it, and they did it damn good first time around. All these dudes were known for was Killzone. Mm-hmm. So for that game to come from them, it was a one-in-a-lifetime, experience to see that and see it come together so well. Just gave props to Cory Barlog and the guys for what they did with God of War, because they couldn't bring God of War's formula from 1, 2, 3 and Ascension back to 4, because again, you would get the same Gears effect. It probably would be a good game because those are talented developers, but it would be viewed as soft or safe because it didn't do enough to differentiate itself from the last trilogy.
Yeah.
Let me see, what else am I missing? And I mean, a lot of games are coming out. We got Death Stranding, which is Kojima's weirdness. And we got, a bunch of other games coming out real soon. Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm highly anticipating, coming from Sucker Punch. Again, another thing that doesn't seem like they have a lot of history in it, but they're taking chances. They're stabbing out there in the wild, and in most cases, they're landing the hits. On Xbox's side, what I see is safeness. Yeah. And there's a reason for this safeness. There's a reason for this reserved attitude they've had lately. And frankly speaking, I don't know how many of you in the chat, how many of you watching are actually Xbox fans. I'm a huge Xbox fan, but I'm one who can be honest about what is going on with Xbox. The fact is, too many Xbox fans, some of them on YouTube, I'm not going to mention names because that's going to lead nowhere good.
Yeah.
They want a certain type of game from Xbox, and they only want that certain type of game. And so Xbox, they see this reaction, and they're a bit gun-shy to go where they have not gone before. So they're going to give you another Halo, mm-hmm. which will be a good game. It just won't reach those heights because the fan base is holding them to this very slim lane, this very slim school of thought that these games need to be exactly what they have been and only what they have been and nothing more. Same goes with Gears. I mean, I've seen it 1,000 times over online when speaking or just viewing certain forums. People say, yo, don't do this and don't do that. And these developers, they see this, right? They probably don't go to every YouTube video or every forum or every Twitter post, but they generally get the vibe that's coming off of the audience.
Yeah.
And they act on that vibe. And that vibe is, we only want what we've had and we don't want anything more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bad message to send to them, and they're reacting to this message.
Yeah.
That's the reason we've had, well, outside of KI, but we've had a bunch of repeats and games that didn't go too far as ambition is concerned. That is the reason why things like Scalebound fell short. Well, fell off, not fell short, didn't exist. Right? Got canceled. That is actually the reason why, because they're looking at the fan base. That's us. I'm in that fan base. Yeah. They're looking at the fan base, and the message they're getting from the fan base is, hey, all we want is Halo as Halo has been, Gears as Gears has been, Forza as Forza has been. Yeah. We don't want anything else. The message is different from the Sony crowd, and Sony sees this as well. With the Sony crowd, most of them are like, hey, do whatever you want to do. We will be there.
Yeah.
So this is a business about money. You're not going to get anybody, no matter how rich, no matter how, successful in terms of finances they are, as Microsoft is. You're not going to get any business. Let me repeat that. You're not going to get any business that's in it for money, and they all are, taking risks that they're not going to get their return on. And that's the problem. Xbox's executives, their management, they know now that they're not going to get any returns on anything that isn't typically Xbox. Yeah. And what this does to Xbox is it jams it into this small area of effectiveness where a lot of people are beginning to get frustrated and a bit timed out on what they're offering. And I get it. I completely get it. Personally, I'm an Xbox guy. I play all my third parties on Xbox.
Yes.
Not because of the X, but I play it there because that's my community that I love being there.
Yeah.
I own a PlayStation 4 Pro, I own a Switch, and I play the exclusives there, but I generally spend most of my time on Xbox.
Yeah.
However, that being the case, I'm not going to sit here and say they can't do better. That's also the problem. The community is a huge part of the problem. I'm saying I'm involving myself here.
Yeah.
We are not driving Xbox to do better, which is what, returning to Nintendo for a second, is what we want to not happen to Nintendo again. Because the minute you stop pushing these guys, they stop pushing, right? And then you start getting mediocrity left, right, and center. You need to continue pushing these guys. Let these guys know, hey, I'm a customer today, but that doesn't have to be the case tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need to continue pushing, and then I'll give you my money. You never, ever want these guys to assume that they have your money on lock from day one automatically. Yeah. Like they have your bank check and they could just cash stuff out whenever, because that is the wrong attitude. Because nobody, if somebody knows that they get paid no matter what kind of job they do you think that most people, especially those who are intellectually dishonest, are going to do the best job they can if they believe I'm going to get this money no matter what I do? Yeah. No, that's not the case. Yeah. So you need to push them. Xbox is reacting to the community. The community is lackluster. So Xbox is lackluster. That's what I think.
One thing about Microsoft that I can commend them for is interacting with their fans on social media, talking to them, handing out really good consumer-friendly deals, offering backwards compatibility in which, it's like behind the paywall on a PS4. You got to get the PS4 now, the PlayStation Now, to get access to PS3 games. If you already own these games on 360, you don't have to pay nothing. Just put it in. So I love stuff like that. Like, I know this. I sound like a broken record. I mentioned this a million times. People that's in the chat right now, y'all probably heard me, brought this analogy up a million times about the banana split. Like with Sony, I felt that they offered the whole entire banana split with the bananas, the sprinkles, the cherries, the ice cream, everything. And we all know the main ingredient is ice cream. Of course, ice cream is exclusives. Then the cherries and the whipped toppings and all, those are the features, everything. They have all that. Xbox, they have, actually Xbox has the best features. They have everything except the ice cream.
when it comes to infrastructure, they got that. They got that down.
Have everything except exclusives. That's the problem.
Except exclusives, and that's the problem, and that's a direct result of the fan base. We're not doing our job, so they're not doing theirs. That's really what it comes down to.
It's a lot of the fanboys in this community that associate themselves with Crap Gamer or Tim Dog advocating for less games, and that is just crazy, man. Like a lot of them feel that they're in a good position. Matter of fact, Microsoft did say that they profited a lot of money from year to year on the Xbox, and I'm like, okay, like we already know what this came from. It came from the services. It ain't come nothing from their games because they had no damn games to give out. There was no damn exclusives. Nothing.
You see, this is where the story gets better. Now, all the Nintendo guys, all the Sony guys, whether you guys own Xboxes or not, as an Xbox guy, when I see you guys trashing Xbox on Twitter and calling, well, this is Alex's favorite, calling Phil Spencer, Fail Spencer, and stuff like that, right? When I see you pushing like that, I'm actually glad for that. You want to know why? Because my own audience is not pushing like that. So when you push, it might be out of a misplaced sense of hatred or disgust for the platform or maybe the platform's fans, but you're actually helping me.
Yeah.
Because they see all this criticism and they're going to start acting on it eventually, right? Because they don't want Xbox to go down, in flames. That's one thing I do know Microsoft sees a future in Xbox. So they don't really want it to go down in flames.
Yeah.
So when they see this push that I'm not exactly seeing from the super hardcore in the Xbox fan base, they see it from the PlayStation guys and the Nintendo guys. You might think that you're doing it just to troll, just to trash, but in fact, you are actually helping us. So to that end, and in a funny way, I like to say thank you because you're actually helping us. They're opening a studio in Santa Monica. They're promising exclusives soon. They're making deals. They're pushing now because they realize that, hey, maybe what we're doing is not enough. But what we've been doing is not enough. And it goes right back to what I was saying. Constructive criticism is good. It's awesome. It keeps your company in check. It keeps them driving, keeps them pushing, keeps them on the edge of their seat and on their P's and Q's. Yes. And when a company knows that at any given moment they could just lose the most loyal fans, that's when you get the best out of them. So in that way, continue pushing them, continue trashing them, because that's exactly what we need to see in order to see improvement. It goes for Sony, it goes for Nintendo, it goes for Xbox. Constructive criticism is good. Yeah. It is good.
Yeah, that is true. Like, look at the constructive criticism towards the Wii U and look how Nintendo turned that around. Look at the criticism towards Metro Prime Federation Force, and and see how that turned out. Not only got one Metro game, we got two of them. Like, and that first Metro game that came out, Samus Returns on the 3DS, came out in the same year, basically within a few months of release. Like, they announced it at E3 and it came out a few months later. Like, that's when you criticize your favorite company and they're not doing what they need to be doing. Sometimes you gotta put a boot in their ass so they can wake up and listen to who is basically paying their bills. They're keeping their lights on. It's us, the consumers, man. Like it goes with Sony. It goes with Nintendo. Like, look at Sony. At first, they was doing a whole bunch of anti-consumer shit. It got better over time. Remember they used to give out them crappy ass indie games for the free games every month. Right, yeah. Like, see how they got a lot better. They actually started to compete with Microsoft, because Microsoft was giving out the AAA games, this generation games, not 30-year-old games, man. So you need competition, man. If you don't have a competition, you're gonna have a Nintendo Entertainment System back in the 80s. When you have a monopoly, you're gonna have terrible business practice. That's probably why a lot of companies didn't like to deal with Nintendo, because a lot of them felt that they was a slave towards Nintendo because they were the only one on the market they had a chokehold on the market back in the 80s. We don't want that again. So that's why I get onto every company, man. It doesn't matter who said, who did this or did that. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer at heart, man. I'm a retro gamer. I'm just a gamer. I love whatever, just like Zen said a while ago, whatever the games are at, I'm there. Like, matter of fact, I turned into a Sony fanboy this past year because the PlayStation had a lot of great games, man. Like, I just go where the games are at, man. Like, I'm not married to no console. You know, if you want to know what my preference is, it's always been Xbox, or before Xbox, it's been Sega. Those was my two main preferences. Like, and eventually I became a Nintendo fan along the ride. You know, but I would love to see Xbox get back into this. I won't say they're not competing. Well, they're not competing as far as the exclusives, but at least they still making money to drive the Xbox brand.
Right.
But there's other stuff that we could be talking about. You got the whole games going to PC. They're catering towards the PC audience. Like, you got all that stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about that, because everybody know how I feel in the chat on how I feel about this. All these games going to PC. And
you talking about Windows Play Anywhere?
Yeah, Play Anywhere, and I don't know. It's I don't know, man. It's crazy. I feel that they making the Xbox brand irrelevant and trying to drive more people to Windows. I know they both the same. Microsoft, Windows, Xbox, it's the same thing. But I'm not talking about Windows. I'm not talking about playing on PC. I'm talking about playing on the console. Like, if there's something that's basically holding back the console, you know, then I'm gonna say something. And Alex, he disagrees with me all the time, talking about, you know, talking about Windows is not holding y'all back. I feel that they're holding us back because they announced too much on PC. They focus too much on PC, and I feel that there's lack of new games, lack of awareness for their own Xbox brand. It's like they focusing more on PC now. And that's why they are so afraid to show those Xbox sales, because a lot of people gave up and said, what's the point of having an Xbox no more? I'll just get a PC. Just get a PC. You can play all the games at 60 frames a second or even 120 frames a second. Get the best resolution. You don't have to pay for no Xbox Live. Like, there's a lot of positives on the PC side. But at the end of the day, I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a console gamer. And it makes me mad to where everybody feels a certain way. Be like, okay, how come I'm playing with somebody that has a superior gaming platform? Their movements is faster than mine because I playing at a capped frame per second. Theirs not capped. They got the advantage right there, especially with the keyboard and mouse. They have the advantage. That's not fair. They should give us an option, you know. And
I see it from the other end of the issue. I can't give you numbers, so don't ask me. But I'm not too sure about if Windows Play Anywhere is actually hurting Xbox or not. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get those numbers and we can see that there was a drop at some point when they started doing this.
Yeah.
But as far as that is concerned, it's like Windows to Xbox is kind of like 3DS is to Wii U or to Switch. It's the other platform. I don't mind, or like Vita was to PlayStation, because Vita is kind of dead now, but Vita was to PlayStation 4. I don't see a problem putting the games on there. If those guys want to play on there, that's fine. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
We should never be playing together because they have the insane advantage of keyboard and mouse versus control. But like you, I'm a console guy. So it doesn't matter if you guys can play it better than I can. I'm a console guy, so I'm going to stay here. I know it's available over there, but I'm going to stay here. I don't really see an issue with it. It's their platform. They can do whatever they want with it. And I think the reason for the push, the Windows push, is they're seeing the success Steam is having.
Yeah.
And being the owners of Windows, they say they want to slice out of that pie. So they want to compete with Steam and have more of a presence as far as games is concerned on PC. They're not going to beat Steam.
No,
they're not even really competing with Steam because Steam is just too big.
It's too big
in that arena. But I see what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
they're looking at it and they're like, "Hey, we own Windows, and you don't have a slice of the PC gaming pie. So how about if we move our games or we allow our games to release on Windows, our other platform, as well as on Xbox? Maybe that'll help us push, and kind of take a bit of market share away from Steam or away from GOG. So it's a bit of a juxtaposition. I see it from a business perspective, but from a fan's perspective, it doesn't really harm me.
Yeah.
But as far as numbers is concerned, I'm not sure. I can't say yes or no if it's harming them or not.
Yeah. I think I had a couple of donations. Let me go back. I guess I've been so wrapped up in this podcast, I didn't get no shout outs who donated to the channel. Hold on, give me a second. So Stuart Stokes, he said, I love how Xbox want these Japanese games after rumors of near when last year they didn't want the jack crap. Wow. That is true. They did
That's true, man. That's true. Yo, Stuart, that's absolutely true. Because last year, when we were having that historical bad year, 2017, as far as games were concerned, every Xbox guy out there, maybe but excluding people like me who, we saw what the problem was.
Yeah.
We're saying, man, we don't want those Japanese games on Xbox. We don't want that crap. We don't want that. Them games niche. We don't care. We don't want it. But fast forward 1 year.
Yeah.
Now Hellblade is on here, and now it's the hot shit.
Oh yeah.
Nier is rumored to be coming, and now it's the hot shit. Crash is coming, and now that's the hot shit.
I think I had a couple more donations. Let me go back. Blue Boat said let Alex and Nick on the podcast. I tried Nick. He I guess he had to go. Alex is at work. I tried Blue Boat. Look and go. He said let Nick on. Like I said, I tried. So appreciate y'all donation, man. I tried to let him on, man. And don't get into y'all feelings, man. Like I did that to play around. It's not I'm mad. Like we bullshitting, man. We bullshitting. Don't take that to heart that I timed them out, man. It's just chill, man. We play like that all the time. We play like that all the time. Matter of fact, they fuck with me all the time on Discord. I don't say nothing. I'm not getting to my feelings.
Yeah, guys, just relax. It's just games.
It's just
relax.
Man.
It's just games. All right, no need to be looking for dudes' addresses and shit. All right.
Oh man, I got 15 dislikes already. Like, man, our opinions make y'all that mad? Damn.
Yeah, apparently, look, that's the case. That's the thing with gamers, man, is that we're passionate. We're all very passionate, right? And I don't want to disrespect anyone by saying this, but some people are unable to deal with that passion in a effective manner. So when they see someone trashing something that they love or what they assume is trashing or bashing, they don't perceive it as criticism. They can't see how someone can criticize something that they claim to love yet still love it. And I think you're seeing it from the wrong perspective. I think criticism is the most sincere form of love. Because if you really truly love something, you're going to want it to do better than it's currently doing. Yeah. If you have children, you have kids, you have little brothers or sisters, little cousins, you're an uncle or something like that, uncle or aunt, you understand what I'm saying is that if your kid isn't doing great in school, you're not going to sit there, pat them on the head and say, well, all those C's and D's that you're bringing in, they're fine. They're okay because I love you. No, that's not going to be the response. The response is highly likely going to be an ass whooping and a demand to get better. You want to see A's and B's, not C's and D's.
Yeah.
That is the truest form of love there is. Tough love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta show tough love. If you don't show no tough love, then ain't nothing gonna never get addressed. Ain't nothing gonna never get fixed, man. Like you said, kids making bad grades, you shouldn't be rewarding them with candy, dessert, video games, taking them to the movies. You shouldn't be doing that. I know a lot of people that's been doing that, and their kids is spoiled rotten. They're bad as hell. Like, yes, that's what happens. And we see the same thing that's going on in the community. A lot of these fanboys are spoiled rotten because they so married to their console of choice because they love Zelda, Mario, or Halo, or Gears, or Uncharted, whatever. They just love it so much that whatever their preferred company do, even though if it's wrong, they going to defend it with their lives. And that's why I don't understand. It's like it's only in the game community that it's okay to advocate for less stuff and pay more. It's just I don't know.
Oh man,
I don't know. No other company does that. Like, games be broken day one, man. And they said that's the best thing that happened. But what happened if your TV breaks day one that you bought? Missing the remote, missing channels. So it got shot. It has a bullet hole on it. You're gonna make an excuse and say I'm a buy it anyway. I'm gonna keep it anyway. I'm not gonna complain because I'm such a fan of that brand that made that TV. It's only in the game community that works, man. I just don't understand people, man. I don't understand.
It's like, you know, it's wild. It's real wild. It's real wild out here, bro. Trust me. I've been to Reset Era. That place is a toxic hellhole. I've been to VG Charts, been to Twitter, been just about everywhere you can think. Here on YouTube and certain people's videos and stuff. Man, you see them everywhere, man. Like the toxics out here, they're crazy. They're real crazy.
It is crazy, man. Like whatever needs to get addressed, we're going to address it, man. I'm not, not just gonna go all crazy and all got another donation, Stuart Stokes. Fanboys of all sides are awful, but Xbox is excluding Rant, Zen, and Real. he calls us Xbox. Are the worst I have seen. You have to demand more from your console.
You do.
I guess we're Xbox.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Stuart Stokes, man. Yes. No, I could give Mr. Zaire, I will give him his due diligence, man. He's been on a warpath lately. He's so mad right now. He's been on a warpath that he's losing friends, losing subscribers. I won't say subscribers because he actually gained a lot of subscribers. He lost a lot of his close friends because he said enough is enough, Microsoft. Like, he's over there playing all these games from the PlayStation. He's seen Nintendo still getting all these new games, high quality games, and he over looking at his preferred console of choice getting Sea of Thieves and State of Decay too. And it's
what do you call? What do you say? I mean, personally, I like Sea of Thieves. Disclaimer, confession time.
Yeah.
But I think I watched that stream with Zaire, bro, and he called it diabetic gaming. Yeah, that's it.
He said that the cracking is lacking, man. The cracking is lacking.
Yeah, the cracking is whack. Yeah. The dude is funny, man. He is funny. But when I look at Zaire now compared to like Zaire in 2013, 2012, I kind of see myself because that's kind of the situation that happened with me, but with the Nintendo fan base, right? I started criticizing them, started losing friends, started losing subs. All of a sudden people hate me. So I'm like, I see where he's coming from. But man, it's it ain't all that serious, guy. Look, the Wii U was what it was, but because we shouted and you might say bitched and moaned and cried about it, we got the Switch. And you can clearly see, like I said earlier, maybe you weren't here yet, some of you, the sales numbers prove how bad the Wii U was. 4 years to sell not even 14 million units, and the Switch did it in just over 1 year and more. I mean, we're at 18, 19 million units already. It shows that something was wrong with that console. I mean, there's a lot that the Wii U did that the Switch doesn't. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the software, which is Microsoft's, Xbox's current problem right now is the software, right?
Yeah.
You could argue that the Xbox One is Microsoft's Wii U. You could argue that, where they do everything but the games exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's all right. I mean, we had, going back to Reggie, we had that liar Reggie telling us well, he wasn't lying, but he was telling us about Metroid and what was the name of that stupid game?
Federation Force?
Federation Force, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Federation Force. It's like, yeah, but Federation Force, this is the new direction for Metroid, and everybody had something to say about that, man. Some defended it, but most people were like, yo, no, this is not what I want for Metroid. This is terrible. Right? And we cried, we downvoted the video to oblivion on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
We made our voices heard. And then what happened? Last year we got the revelation of Metroid Prime 4. I don't know about, because I think Ruby Sakurai said it would have happened anyway. Maybe it would have.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I think it was the criticism that gave us that game. Because when they announced Metroid Prime 4, they said it would be about 2 to 3 years out, which means they just greenlighted it and it just started development, which would mean that if it wasn't for all the backlash that they received for Federation Force, it may not have been sped up the way it was. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to put your foot down and say enough is enough. I want better. I want this. I want that. And I'm paying you, so you got to do it. So, I mean, that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. Ease up on some of the guys you see giving criticism. That's what I'm going to say. Ease up on Real, because Real's still out here trying to do the thing. I gave up. Right? He's still trying to fight the good fight.
I don't know why whoever in the chat criticized me or been mad at what I say. I don't see why is this new to y'all. Like, I rant a lot about everybody. Like, okay, I was on a tear on Xbox. I was, and where was this same energy at towards me when I was on that massive tear towards Xbox and PlayStation? Where's it at? Is it because y'all are mostly Nintendo fans and y'all just didn't want to hear from what I'm saying today? Like, that's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, I ranted about Xbox more than Nintendo these past few months or past a year. So I don't see why are y'all so in y'all feelings right now. You know, whoever it is, I'm not sure if you are in the chat. Well, it is a few of y'all are in the chat. It is in y'all feelings. But like I say, my opinion never changed. Matter of fact, you should know about my opinion if you watched the last stream that I did on Tuesday. Me, Alex, and Nick, we did a podcast Tuesday, and the things that I said today is the exact same words. You know, I said the other day. It's the same thing. So why are y'all mad today but not mad the other day? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, it's all about opinionated. It's opinions, man. That's how the world goes around. We're all grown men here. We all are entitled to our own opinion. Whatever Alex, Nick, whatever they feel about whatever, I'm not gonna get mad. So just chill on that. And right now we're talking about Xbox right now. It's like, okay, it's like y'all not as mad as y'all are right now because we're talking about Xbox, and they got a lot of problems going on right now with their exclusives. You know, but I'm gonna address whatever needs to get addressed. And matter of fact, there was I won't say it was a rumor. They said, I think they tried to develop a quadruple A game or something like that. Did you hear?
I saw that.
Did you hear about that? What is this quadruple A game?
I don't know what the hell a quadruple A game is, because you can say a single A game is like an indie game, right?
Yeah.
Low budget, low production quality. A double A game, you could argue it's like Sea of Thieves, right? A decent budget, but not great production value. Yeah. And a triple A game would be something like Horizon, Gears, or Uncharted, something like that, right?
Yeah.
I have no friggin' idea what a quadruple A game is.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna put $1 billion towards this game. I don't know. Matter of fact, how much did they put towards Destiny? The first one, I heard they put a lot of money to that game.
I believe it was $500 million for the first game.
Oh wow, $500 million.
Yeah, $500 million. Yeah.
So is that considered a AAA game? That's what I want to know.
Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. But there's a lot of. It did make the money back in like one day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
a lot of people got disappointed, but they made their money. Like I got disappointed, man. I was like, okay, the game was fun at first, then it got so repetitive. I was like, where's the rest of the game at? Then people like, you gotta buy the DLC, you gotta get the Taken King. That's the real game right there. I was like, I don't know, they paid $60 for the damn game. Where's my game that I paid for? I was like,
man, look, as an Xbox guy, I can tell you about Bungie, right? Bungie was good back in their Halo days. They're known for the classics that were Halo. Bungie today under Activision, I don't know what happened to those guys, bro, but they've become professionals at dick teasing. They just kind of lay the breadcrumbs and they say, come on, come over here, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And they just do that forever. And the Destiny faithful, they just follow that forever. And it comes right back to criticism. They never really stop and think, hey, maybe we're being conned here. Just maybe.
Stuart Stokes, he's still paying the bills, man. This dude has been a loyal subscriber this past. Every time he comment, he always donates, man. I really appreciate you, man. You know what? You please hit me up on Twitter, man, because I'm gonna do some giveaways. You're gonna be one of the first people I'm going to give back. The people that donate to my channel, I know who you are. I will be giving some stuff, doing some giveaways. So I really appreciate all donations. He says Zaire still has these Xbox fanboys on the podcast talking nonsense and doesn't correct the fact. Check them. Real Xbox 27 at least.
Stick battles, please.
He said, real Xbox. He said, at least 6 bites for me. Oh, damn. That's a compliment and an insult at the same time. I appreciate the donation, man. Man, y'all is wilding in this chat, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, okay, I know we kind of stretching this out. We got to close out in a few minutes. Okay, with the Xbox, okay, last thing we talk about. Okay, Phil Spencer took over, was it the first year of the Xbox, right? He took over, right? Was it
2014.
2014,
yeah.
That was the release. Hold on, wait. No, they came out.
It released in 2013.
Okay, so he came out the second year with the Xbox. So people was wondering, like, everybody complaining about where's the AAA games at, where these Sony type of games at, and of course, if you want those type of games, you're gonna have to wait at least 4 to 5 years for them to develop. So Phil Spencer has been the head of Xbox since 2014. It is now 2018. That time is almost up. So basically, that's why a lot of people said this E3 is their time. Even though it's some of those games that they show, it's not going to release this year. They have to show something because, like,
yeah, they do.
Yeah, they have to.
It's not. Even if this E3 is bad, and I don't think it will be for Xbox, it's not going to kill Xbox, but it's going to be very, very difficult for them to recover the mind share because they've lost mind share, right? People think they're not capable of making good games anymore, and that might be an accurate, belief to hold. But this E3 is make or break as far as Xbox's reputation is concerned. Not their business. Their business is fine, clearly, because they've made money. But as far as their reputation is concerned, this E3 is make or break. They have to show a roadmap. They have to show what's in the wheelhouse. They have to give us the plan for the next 2 to 3 years as far as software is concerned. They have to show people, we hear you, and we can give you what you want, and we are capable of the sorts of games that Sony and, by extension, Nintendo are capable of putting out. And that we appreciate your patience, but the wait will be worth it. That's kind of what Sony did with the whole greatness awaits thing.
Yeah.
Wait for it, but when it comes, you'll know it. So I'm hoping that's what they're doing here. Wait for it, but when it comes, you will know it. However, he doesn't have much more time. As far as letting us in on what he's doing, there is no better time than now, because I can guarantee you, if this E3 is in any way lackluster and doesn't speak mountains as far as their future is concerned, Xbox is going to lose the mind battle. Well, they're already losing the mind battle because people aren't even really considering Xbox to be a contender anymore. I'm even hearing talk about Xbox as the niche console now. That's how bad it's gotten, right? So as far as the mind battle is concerned, they need to do a lot to shake people, wake them up, and say, hey guys, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. And yes, we are capable of the stuff you're seeing on the other consoles.
Yeah.
If the message is anything, that's the message this E3.
Man, to be honest, like, we know what to expect from Nintendo. Like, I know Nintendo's going to bring it. And I think Pokemon alone will probably just... I think they will win E3 just with Pokemon announcement alone, because we know how much Pokemon sells. Like, that's an automatic 20 million right there, especially on a popular console. Like, that right there might sell 10 to 15 million Switches alone. But we all expect Nintendo to have a good E3, and some people are kind of mixed on Sony. A lot of people say Sony already showed a lot of their eggs, a lot of their games that they done shown has already been out. And of course, Last of Us 2 is not out yet. Spider-Man it's coming out later on this year. Detroit Become Human, I think it already came out. It's about to come out, something like that. But people are some people are expecting for them to have a mediocre E3, and some people are expecting them to have an E3 that they're going to show PS5 games. That's basically what people on the fence with Sony. But with Microsoft, people just expect Microsoft to show a lot of games because of their failings the past couple of years. And, with Phil Spencer been head of Xbox since 2014, so basically It's about 4 years now, almost 4 years since he's been here, and it takes 3 to 5 years to make a good AAA game. So his time is almost up, or it is up, and this E3 gonna prove whether he stand by his word or not. You know, and you know, I'm a huge Phil Spencer fan. Like I dog him out a lot of times. A lot of times I praise him because he makes a lot of really good consumer friendly practices when it comes to the Xbox Live. You know, if the service is on Xbox, and like it's a lot of good consumer friendly deals on there. You know, like if you have a problem with your Xbox account, you could call them 24/7. Like, I don't have no issues getting in contact with them, and they fix my problem ASAP. Sony, on the other hand, I have problems still with them. They don't even open on weekends. That is so fucking crazy. And all the times that I had issues with my PlayStation account, it's been on weekends. How ironic. That just pissed me off even more. So it makes me appreciate the little things that Microsoft did. And now the big thing that they need to improve on is the games, the quality of the exclusives. Stop with the one and done games. Rise on the Road has potential. It's a mediocre game, but I agree. I see that it has potential. Sunset Overdrive, you know, even though they did publish the game, it's not their game, but they can still. Basically, I think they own did they own Sunset Overdrive, the IP?
No, Insomniac owns it, but Microsoft paid for the development of the first game.
Okay, so like they need to continue some of these games and stop with the one and done. Because let's just be real, a lot of the games that became a sequel, the first game is lackluster compared to the sequel. Like look at Uncharted 2. That's compared night and day. Because Uncharted 2 shits on Uncharted 1. So if they try and create sequels to these games, I know for damn well the quality would get a lot better because the developers will learn from their mistakes. They can listen to their fan base and and correct what needs to be corrected. So I would love a Rise 2. I would love a Sunset Overdrive 2. You know, even Record. Like ever since the update, we got the update with Record, the definitive edition. It run a lot better. The game looked better. And
I'm here to ruin the party.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh man!
I'm here to ruin the party for all of 10 minutes.
I thought you couldn't come. I thought you was at work.
I am at work. I took a break. I just got tired of hearing you cry, nigga.
Cry. No. That's Alex crying. Boy, they're mad. Alex and Nick is so mad at me right now because I timed both of them out for 300 seconds. They were so mad. And that's why I got all these dislikes, man.
So what you do?
I timed them out in the chat.
In the chat because they were like kind of mad earlier on. Oh man, really? I'm just seeing these dislikes, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Shit.
That's okay.
Damn.
That's okay. My loyal subscribers, they're gonna hit that like button.
Yeah, we was cool real until you start talking stuff about Nintendo online. So I'm unsubbing and I'm giving you a discount because you trash.
Oh, so okay. Then what's your opinion about the online? Then what do you think?
It's Nintendo and online, bro. That them words kind of don't go together, but it's $20, bro. Like it's not like we not gonna buy it because we all got to play.
Yes, that's right. Like I'm complaining doesn't mean that I'm not gonna buy it because my wife loves Splatoon, so I have no choice but to buy. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with giving out constructive criticism. And I
don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
apparently, a lot of these people in this chat think it's something wrong for me to.
Man, my thing is this. Like, I think we at that point is just like the PlayStation 2, just like PlayStation 4. Like, you can't say nothing about Nintendo and Sony because they on a roll right now. So when you say something, it's like you come off as hating. But I mean, we know out of the three, Nintendo is arguably the worst at online. Like it's not even really debatable. Yeah. But I mean, this gonna be rough when it launch. It's gonna be rough. Yeah. It's gonna be spotty. But I mean, they'll get it together. They got to take the steps first in order to get better. So I mean, they got to do what they got.
Let me address something right quick. G-Rock, Ruby Sakurai, you one of my loyal subscribers. Come on. Okay, you said or she said he's expecting a $60 value out of a $20 online subscription service. Okay, people in the chat, did I say any way, shape, or form that I wanted Nintendo to give us two AAA games a month? Did I say that? because that's what you get.
I think they got it priced right. I think
it's
like good job for them because I personally feel like they said $20. If Nintendo told me I have to pay $60 to play online on their network, no, I'm not doing
first of all,
for 20, I'm down.
But we don't know how.
All right, let me tell you. Let me tell you what's missing for me. Right, for $20, they can give exactly what they're giving. The 20 NES games, the cloud saves, but you know what, and the online gameplay. But the one thing that has to change, bro, voice chat in the system, or at least some kind of better way to talk with friends. Because having a million different cables looking like I'm about to hang myself, that's not cool. So they need to do something else as far as that's concerned, and then we're good for 20.
Yeah,
I'm not saying these dudes need dedicated servers and upload to Twitter. No. I'm not saying anything like that. Don't misunderstand, right? But the voice chat thing, it's a problem.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like I said, I think is weird for the voice chat thing, but for $20, I mean, hey, Nintendo trying. Once they get better at it, you know, they're gonna be like, all right, 60 fam, just like everybody else, because that's the way they're gonna make the money. But you can't charge 60 for this, bro. It's like they doing it right.
We don't expect $60. I expect at least a little something with that, because like I say, we was talking about a while ago, like Nintendo don't even offer a third of what Microsoft and Sony is charging, and like, just look at the PlayStation Plus and the Xbox Live. Just take 2/3 of the features away from Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, and you still got more to offer for $20 a year, just like $20 a year for the subscription. Am I right?
Well, let me be fair on this. Okay. The only thing that I can honestly give Sony credit for is that everybody, like, it seemed to be good, like Nintendo doing it too, is the whole share the controller without the person being there. Like, they did that first before everybody else.
Right. I forgot about that.
So they did that first, and that was like the only thing. But we got to be 100. Like, anytime Microsoft is the header to offer online, so whatever Microsoft pretty much does, Sony goes around and they do the PlayStation version just to make sure that they're not far behind. And that's what Nintendo just needs to do too. It's just like, look, they got a Xbox version, PlayStation version, and they get the Nintendo version. And it'll just happen in time. Like, I understand the criticism like that you're giving, because you're right. But I think at $20, we also got to look at the fact too that this is the same audience who was just telling us, like, I'm never paying for online. Well, now you got to. So it's just like, it is what it is. Like, it sucks, but at the same time, they got to start somewhere. And this is the place to start. And y'all that don't want to hear, oh no criticisms, stop it, because that's how we got a Wii U, and that's why we were stuck with that. The reason we got a Switch is because people were yelling at the top of their lungs. People are going to demand better. I don't care if it's $5. People don't got $5 to blow on BS. Like, I know it's just 20, but it is what it is. Some people ain't got $20 just to burn like that.
Yeah.
Some people feed their family with $20, bro. Now they gotta feed their family with $20.
Okay. And another thing I want to address, like, people, like, I don't want to make it seem like I said $20 a year is not worth it. I'm just saying, for what they offering now, it's not worth it to me. But they said they got more to come. That's another thing that y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen to the context of my sentence.
It's time for achievements too, bro. Like some achievement trophy, rupee system. Like, I don't care what everybody say, because I've been seeing some people's comments like, "Oh, trophies and achievements don't do." Like, my nigga, no, it's
28. It's 2018. It's 2018,
man. Look. We know how it's gonna go, because we saw this happen before. Before the Switch came out, when it was known as NX, I'm sure you guys remember those days, there was a rumored achievement system. Everybody was like, yo, that's the hype stuff, man. You know, I've been wanting achievements for the longest time on Nintendo. Then the Switch was revealed, no achievements. Man, achievements trash, man. That number don't mean nothing. I'm like, really? Really? Is that how it's going to be? Okay.
Everybody's achievement hunter now. It's the hot thing. It forces people to compete with one another. That's all it is.
True. So for me personally, achievements, trophies, whatever, Steam achievements, because they have achievements too.
Yeah.
outside of competition with your fellows, it helps you see more of the game because sometimes you see the name of a trophy, you see the name of an achievement. Go do this, and you're like, well, I haven't been there yet, but I want to see what that is now.
Yeah.
So it helps introduce you to more of the game. It's a good thing. It can't be a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I got 45% of my trophies on God of War, and I'm still playing. I want to play more because there's more trophies to find, and the game is that damn good. I want to play it. Like, you know, and collecting trophies, it makes me want to play the game even more. So it is very important.
The only thing is them retroactively doing it or going back and putting in trophies on like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and like I don't know if I got another 120 hours dog to play that game. So, like, I don't think I'm doing that. Like even that, like the like Mario Odyssey, I'll happily go through again, but like I can't do that again, bro. Like I'm just not, because I brought like 90 hours, bro. I'll now.
Yeah,
so I don't know. It's time. It's just certain stuff like even with $20 introduction, bro. Like certain features I'm missing because it is it's bare bones, and I understand that's what everybody's saying. It's just like even like the older systems last gen had features that this one doesn't. But again, it's Nintendo and online, so those words are kind of like really new to them, and they just got to learn
all the money they have.
Let me just because we're in the talk of achievements here. Let me just address somebody real quick. Haruhi Suzumiya. I hope I didn't butcher that. The user by the name of Haruhi Suzumiya says it's vainglorious and I complete games and I don't need trophies in Ocarina of Time and Mario Galaxy. But imagine for a second, right? Just imagine for a second, if you will. Back in 3D World, we had the what was the name of that stage at the end of the game? The Glory Road or some kind of road, Champions Road, right? You had the Champions Road. Now I don't know a lot of people who actually finished the Champions Road, but imagine you finish the Champions Road, you get a little entitlement, you get a little token showing that you did, and at a quick glance, even people who don't even know you can look at your account and say, "Oh, this dude did Champions Road."
Yeah.
That's what it is. Versus right now, you gotta go and actually tell people you do Champions Road. Versus people can just look at your account and say, "All right, this dude, he's a G because he finished this really hard thing that I can't finish," or something like that. That's the benefit of. Oh, and of course, I have to mention it because this is YouTube. You get to avoid, the frauds out there who talk a big game but they don't finish nothing. Now, I know you know some YouTubers like that. I'm not going to call any names, though.
Crap gamer. Too late. Stuart Stokes said, I think you missed my last donation. I did? Let me see.
Hey, Real, why was you avoiding me when I was talking to you? I was calling you all kinds of names. You still didn't pay attention.
Dude, man, the chat. Look. Okay.
I called you a fraud, a monkey, a hoe. I was like, dog.
Man, dude, the chat was so wild a while ago. After I timed out Alex and Nick for 300 seconds, and the chat just exploded, man. So I took my eyes off the chat for a few minutes, but it was
going by pretty fast.
It was so mad. They got so mad. I was like, man, just take it easy, man. I'm just playing with it. I'm not mad at this. Like, come on, like, Alex and Nick, they jump on me all the time. They double team me all the time, man. So I'm just having my fun. I'm just having my fun, man. There's no issues between us, if that's what y'all think. There's no drama going on. There's no drama.
Hey, man, I'm gonna need you to take my crown off.
No. God of War, it's the boss.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to take my crown off, bro. You can't wear them shapes. You ain't square enough, man. You got a whole hand, dog. You got a whole hand. I don't see no hoof on you.
Hey, you see that mug right there? That PlayStation mug? I don't know if y'all can see it in the background. You want me get that mug? I'll get that mug.
That one that say fraud on
it. Put some I'm gonna sip some tea. I'm gonna sip some tea out that mug, man.
Man, whatever. Yeah. I came in to crash all stuff. I'm about to get my ass back on the phone before I get fired.
Oh yeah. You're a black too, so you need to get your ass back to work, man.
Man, we don't all sell drugs.
Oh damn! Hey man. Hey, I work for a living the right way, so yeah, it is what it is, man. Get your ass back to work, bitch.
Oh,
okay. I guess we could get a few questions before we get up out here. It's been a wild episode, man. It's been wild. Okay, let's get some questions, man. Get some questions. I didn't think it was gonna be this wild.
Yeah, man, crazy, man, crazy. Look, I don't know if you're still watching, Alex, Nick, man. Look, hey, it ain't all that serious, guys. You know, I don't really interact with people on the YouTube side all that much. I just saw Real here after like a year. It's been good catching up and stuff, but man, chill out, man. It ain't even all that serious. Chill out.
You didn't miss much.
And no, ain't nobody trying to kill Nintendo. You'll be all right.
Y'all just gotta. I'm still a big Nintendo fan, guys. Just chill out. Would it make y'all happier if I streamed Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with y'all guys? Because I do have the game. Would that make y'all happier? Would it make you happier? I do have the game. Jesus Christ. Any questions? Oh, and G-Rock calls me a fraud. Rube Sekirah says lies. Damn. Hey. Man, this is wild. What you got for us? What you got? I don't believe you. Damn. Damn. Usually Ruby be taking her frustration out on Alex because Alex, I guess Ruby's a big Sonic fan, and you know how Alex and Sonic, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He pisses her off all the time.
Oh man. It's all right, bro. It's all right. Look, the fact is now we have a much better system on Nintendo side with Switch. PlayStation has been doing gangbusters. They're doing great right now. For the Xbox guys in the chat, we're going to get together. We're going to fix Xbox. We're going to get it right. And, look, listen, the real way is just to have everything. I know that's not exactly financially feasible for everybody because, times are hard, man. Cost of living in some places are going up. We were talking about that too. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, gaming is a luxury, it's not a necessity. And so a lot of people can't afford everything. But, man, trust me, from a dude who has everything, it's amazing to just be able to go back and forth and just play the best of everything. I mean, the absolute cream of the crop. You're not going to miss anything. If Smash Brothers comes out, I'm right there day one alongside most of you, many of you. When God of War came out, I was right there. When the next big Xbox thing comes out, I'll be right there. It's the dream, man, to have everything and to be able to experience everything no matter what or where it is. And then when you get there, when you achieve that, you have everything right there. It allows you to see things differently from a different perspective, like a different mindset, right? Mm-hmm. Like fanboyism at that point means nothing to you because all you want is the good games, right? So, the unnecessary defense, it just goes away. Because all you really want to see is the good games, and you're the ultimate consumer. That's what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, it may not be financially feasible, bro, but if it is and you can get everything, don't let anyone dissuade you from getting a PlayStation or getting a Switch or getting an Xbox or even playing on PC. Try to experience everything because, in my opinion, that's the only way you're really going to be able to experience everything that being a gamer has to offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you is true, man. Just game whatever platform you prefer to play on, and even though if you don't game on certain consoles and they got good things going with them, just give props when props is due, man. Give them the credit, and stop hating on the fan base because your console don't have what the other console had. Just go what the good games are at and criticize your preferred console choice if they're not doing what they supposed to be doing. That's all. That's all it is. Okay, let's see. That same dog, man. You ain't gonna get rid of that dog, are you, man?
Man, yo, that's let me talk about that damn dog, bro. That's a different dog. That's not even the same dog. That's a different dog. That's my neighbor's dog, and it's a puppy actually. They just got it like 4 weeks ago, 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
It was quiet around here for a long time.
Oh,
I know my old school subscribers, they remember the freaking dogs, man. I had like 5 of them at one time, but there are 3 of them now, and there's a young pup, and he's doing his thing. But yeah, man, it's always noisy around here, especially in the afternoon time. Like right now, the streets are busy, and there's always something to upset the animals. So yeah.
Okay. First question. Okay. When are you gonna stream Xbox version of Persona 4 Arena? Well, is that? I guess it's a question. Arena is that a fighting game where it's like a no? That's is that a fighting game then, or that's just a regular Persona game? Persona 4 Arena. I never heard of that.
I believe it's a fighting game. I'm not sure.
It's not the
I think
main.
so.
It's not the main story.
No, I don't think it's
Oh,
based
okay.
on it, but I don't think
Okay.
it's the main story.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't interested in doing. The Triller said, Real Gamer 20 said, how much better do you think Kingdom Hearts 3 would run on the Pro versus Xbox One and One X? I don't know. Like, just look at the specs of the console. You know what console it should be running better on, but just judging by the history of the developers favoring Sony's platform, like, it should be the Xbox One X, but it's been a lot of parity. Remember the Assassin's Creed situation? That parity, a lot of PlayStation fans got mad. What was it, Black Flag? They ran 900p on both consoles, and it could easily run 1080p on the PS4, and a lot of people was mad about that. So I don't know. It depends on the developer, but obviously it should run and look better on the Xbox One X. But do I expect it to run and look better? Not really. You could always have that good old parity, and that's why you need exclusives. When you have exclusives, there is no parity.
Right. Get the best of what the developer can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enrique, I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. Enrique, why did Xbox lie about selling 35 plus million consoles when they really sold about 29? I don't know, man. I don't know what the exact numbers is, man. Like a few months ago, they said that it ranges from 32 to 35 million consoles sold. Now it's from 35 to 29. I don't know. It's around the ballpark of 29 to 35. Some people think 40 to 42. I don't know. All I know is... Mm-hmm.
The thing about those numbers is those are EA's numbers. I'm not saying they're not true, but those are EA's estimates because, again, Xbox stopped telling anyone what they're selling. Honestly, the best way to end the argument about whether it's 29, whether it's 35, whether it's already over 40, is for Xbox to just say, hey, this is where we're really at.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, I mean, it's causing a lot of confusion. And it really isn't worth it at this point. I just wish you just come out and say, okay, guys, you can stop the conversation. This is what we really have. But EA thinks it's 29. VG Charts thinks it's 35 or 36 the last time I looked at it. And some super fans out there believe it's over 40. I personally believe it's over 40. Yeah. But then I have nothing to prove that, and I could be wrong. So, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I remember the first couple of years, they mentioned that it was outpacing the 360. But now, I highly doubt that, man. I highly doubt that because 360 sold 80 plus million lifetime, and if let's say it's around 42 million, it's still not even outpacing the Xbox 360. It's not because this year will be 5 years. This console been out. This coming up November will be 5 years, and let's say another 5 more years. That would be 10 years. And that will be 80 million, and the Xbox 360 sold about 86, 87 million, something like that, a lifetime, or something
86,
like 86.
So, yeah, around 86. Yeah.
So it's not even close to it, and I highly doubt we're gonna have 5 more years of the Xbox One. I doubt that.
Oh no. We're done with this console, bro. 2019, 2020, we're looking at a new Xbox and a new PlayStation.
Do you think PlayStation needs to come out with another console with all the momentum they got?
Personally, no. Mm-hmm. Right, but here's the problem with that is that the tech that they want to build PS5 with is getting cheaper by the day, so they're gonna want to do something about it. The thing is that Sony has been known to still support their older consoles even after the new one comes out. I believe PS2 was supported pretty much all the way through PS3. PS3 was supported until like a year ago.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that if PS5 comes out, PS4 is dead. It'll still sell. It'll still have, plenty of momentum. But I think PS5 is out in 2019 or 2020.
Oh, okay. Well, the PS4 Pro did come out not last. It came out 2016. So I kind of understand if it comes out before the Xbox. Of course, the Xbox, the X and the Pro came out a year apart, so I do expect the PS5 to come out before the Xbox, the new Xbox. But just looking at the fact that the Xbox in the situation that they are now, I think they're going to come out with their new generation console sooner than we think. That's what I'm thinking. Let me get to Logan Ghoul's question. He said, the Real Games 27, you said last podcast that you're going to buy the Nintendo online but use Discord for voice chat. What's the difference since you are using it for game invites? I actually... Did I say that or Alex said that? I know Alex said he was going to do that. I probably did agree with him. But I guess if it's like this, if we all playing online together, like with Mario Kart 8, sometimes I play with y'all. Yes, I've been in Discord chat. But if Nintendo had a good party system like Xbox Live does, then I don't mind putting on the headphones and either Bluetooth on my controller or hook it up on my controller. I would love to do that route. It's simple. It's easy. That's why I was disappointed that I have to have my cell phone right next to me just for that voice chat. I don't like it, but I have no choice but to deal with it. It sucks, man. It sucks, man. Ain't nothing we can do, man. Like, if you're against stuff like that, sometimes you got to speak out and criticize. And Nintendo's, if you feel that they're not, listening to you, then sometimes you have to vote with your wallet. And I'm saying vote with your wallet on this. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that what they are offering right now is bare bones. And they said that there is more features to be announced in the future. So maybe some of those features might be well worth the purchase of $20. I'm not saying overall that the subscription is not worth $20. It's just now for what they showed us right now, it's not worth $20. With me, it's just like Ruby Sakurai said in the chat a while ago. Maybe they can update the achievements like Sony did with the trophies, because they saw that the Xbox 360 was using achievements. Then they introduced everybody with trophies. So it could be an update. I don't know. And would I be happy if they do give us an achievements? Yes, I would love achievements. Achievements, it gives me a reason to progress even farther on a lot of games and play more side missions, side quests, so I can get that achievement. So I would love stuff like that. It will help make the cost of the subscription more worth it. But it's like this. If we just had a steady online achievements, what else? Steady online achievements, and what's that last one I had? Good voice chat that's integrated on the console. Now, you wouldn't hear anything coming from me. I'll be like, okay, that's cool. I like that, because those features cater towards me. But old NES games, I don't care. I'm like Zen said, we played it like a million times. Like, it's 30 years old. They're worthless to me. It might not be worthless to y'all, but it's worthless to me. And maybe they might put some Super Nintendo games down the line. I love Super Nintendo games. And I told Alex the other day, I was like, if they give us Super Nintendo games, then I will say that the price is justifiable, because Super Nintendo was the shit. That was the shit back then. I love Super Nintendo games. That's why I collect. If we could get Link to the Past and Contra and, Killer Instinct, get all these games that made, Super Nintendo, and they put it, with the online subscription, then I will praise Nintendo for that. But right now, I'm just going to buy it for what I see. So don't kill me for my opinion. Maybe my mind, it changes. It's never going to be the same. If I see something that got improved, I will address it. That's just how I feel about it.
Right.
So you got anything else to add on this before we close out?
Not much, man. Just keep the constructive criticism coming. Play the games, and enjoy gaming, enjoy being a gamer, because what I see out there sometimes, man, is just outside of the criticism, which is good, it's just people just being generally unhappy, bro. And I think as gamers, outside of other hobbies, like people read books, people go to the theater, go to like Broadway shows, listen to music, collects, albums and stuff. I think we're one of the most fortunate, hobbyists out there because it is a hobby. I think we're one of the most fortunate hobbyists out there because unlike all of these other industries, all of these other mediums, we get to directly interact and, in some cases, control what happens. When an author writes a book, it's their book. You can't go and tell them, hey, well, I don't like that ending, change the ending. And then they change the ending. There ain't no DLC for a book, right?
Yeah.
When you buy an album, whatever music is on the album, be it 10, 12 hits, whatever, it is what it is. Unless there's a bonus track that they release after the fact, you don't get additions to that. Same goes for movies. You go, you pay $20 or whatever it is. You go see Avengers or you go see Black Panther or whatever. It's an hour and a half experience, but when it's done, it's done. Maybe you get it on Blu-ray, maybe you get it on DVD, you watch it maybe a couple more times, but the experience for games are different. And what I'm trying to say is this hobby, this industry, this medium is one of the best ones out there. And I think that so long as we can get the people, the powers that be on the same page with the audiences and get them to give us what we really want to see, like in case of Xbox or in the case of Nintendo, or in some cases, even with the case with PlayStation and Sony, I think we can really get there. And as an audience, as a community, as customers, we're in that position in such a way that no one else can be. So what I'm trying to say is cherish that and push it, because right now we're in a position that everyone else should be jealous of. Mm-hmm. So I would say just appreciate that. That's the message.
Okay, I guess I'm going to get one more last question. I know Matthew Pipes said a while ago, where's it at? If Nintendo does the achievement system, what should they have as an achievement? Like Sony got trophy, Microsoft as achievements. Something Nintendo-y, like Mario coins or rupees, or just something that's new Nintendo-y, if that makes sense. Some stickers, something.
A few years ago, I had an idea called entitlements, as in entitlements, as in letter entitlements. Mm-hmm. You don't put the E in front of it. And
I got you.
Yeah, right, yeah. And what it would be is like Nintendo's achievements would be very similar to PlayStation and Xbox. But the difference here being, because you want to make it Nintendo-y and not just be an arbitrary number, is it would have a tie to the eShop. Like if you completed certain games, maybe you get a discount on the DLC for the game. If you complete the main game, maybe you get a discount, a few cents or $1 or $2 off on the DLC, or maybe the future sequels or something like that. You get discounts on those, so that it would actually drive you, outside of just wanting to complete the game, it'll drive you to want to do it because there's actually monetary value in it. And I think Sony is doing something to that extent, where they're taking, it's not retroactive, right? It doesn't count retroactively, but I think they want to do something where when you get trophies, you can turn trophies to actual money on the PlayStation Store. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like pennies on the dollars. It's not much you're getting, but it's something, right? It's sort of like a loyalty program of a sort, but then it's tied into the game. So all you need to do is just buy the games, play the games, complete the games, and then it leads you to buy more games. So, that's just an idea I had.
Oh, okay. Yeah, every time you come on, you always speak the gospel truth, man. I really appreciate. Oh, yeah, I got another donation. My boy Stuart Stokes again, man. Man, he's looking out for a brother, man. Man, every time you come on, he always donate. He said I keep donating to you real because you and Porter Rock are some of the few who keep it real and don't flip flop. Well, hey, I don't flip flop. I stand by my word, man. Like I really appreciate you, man. Like I said, if I see any BS from whatever company, I don't care if I like you, man. Like at the end of the day, that company that I like is taking my damn money. And if they keep fucking up, then they will no longer take my money. So that's why I give out constructive criticism, man. So yeah, like I said, appreciate your ongoing donation, man. Really appreciate that, man. And I guess we can close on this one, man. I guess that was your final thoughts. So I guess after that, people, tonight, will there be a Real Talk with the Real Gamer podcast? Wow, it's gonna be something, Alex and Nick. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna see what they doing, man. If they trying to do some Yeah, I don't mind doing another podcast next couple hours because I'm kind of we kind of stretched this out. We did about 2 hours on this, so let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to do a podcast tonight, and you know, I had some free time to do this. So like I say, appreciate y'all guys coming out. And follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter at RealGamer27. Message your boy. Got any questions, you know, ask me questions. You know, I will answer back. I will answer you back. If you want to know if I'm doing a podcast, if I'm doing a video, if I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, talk to me. Talk to me. I will talk to you back. It's at RealGamer27. And like I said, appreciate y'all guys for coming in. And I guess I was about to ask you, are you doing any kind of YouTube content? I guess even I'm gonna answer that for you. Fucking
Oh man, pretty much. Me right now, I'm just being a gamer, bro. I'm just rocking back. I'm looking at videos like yours. I'm just experiencing being a gamer on the chill side. Maybe one day I'll come back, you know, do something on the creative side.
Yeah.
Go back to that daily grind and get content out. But for right now, I'm just chilling, bro. I can't say any dates or anything, but let's put it this way. For those of you who know me from way back, if you want me to come back, just keep grinding and bothering real about it. And maybe I'll pop up one of these days, right? You know, maybe. But I'm just chill. I'm just chill for now. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. But stuff on YouTube, it ain't easy, bro. The YouTube streets is hard these days.
It is hard, man. even though if you're not making the videos, you're more than welcome to come on my weekly podcast, man. We need some balance. We need balance so much on my podcast. It's like I won't say one-sided, but it's like it's like me against the world over here, or maybe one person is agreeing with me, and you know, there's nothing wrong with having, you know, little arguments and disagreements, but we need a balance. But yeah, like I said, you're more than welcome to come back. I'm not asking you to come back tonight. That's up to you. But in the future, if I will hit you up, it depends on you. I'm gonna try to get G-Rock tonight.
I'll tell you what, man. So long as I got the time, I'll be there.
Okay, cool. So okay, y'all heard him, people. He said, as long as he has the time, he will be there, even though he said he didn't have no time. So, I guess after that, let's go get our outros out the way. I guess go ahead, Ted.
All right, man. Look, people, just chill out. Don't kill Real, please. You know, he's one of the realest ones out here. He's one of the last ones we got. Don't kill him over some opinions. Just chill out. Play your games. Continue pushing these companies. And in general, just enjoy being gamers, man. Trust me, it's one of the best things out here.
Okay. Appreciate you. Like I say, I stay real. Keeping it real. Appreciate you guys. Staying tuned. You know, stand behind me, supporting me, whether you agree with me or not. You know. Today I saw some true colors in certain people, so I know who you are. So, like I say, you know, people that stood behind me, you will get rewarded. So, like I say, people, appreciate y'all guys for coming, and I will see y'all guys in the next ride. Peace out.
Peace.